Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Tuesday, September 26th, 2023. Well, it's official. The MMRI has closed above 300, along with this freak show of a stock market, which fell under some pressure today. The NASDAQ taking the biggest hit of them all. All right, look, everything sincerely is going exactly as you and I have talked about, have expected it to go for quite a while here. So we could count on, honestly, what we're going to talk about now and what we talk about every freaking day to play out that way as well. Look, it's no secret what's happening. Everybody understands this, at least us. I mean, I was talking to my friend and yours, Jimmy LaRocca. You out there, buddy? Yes, the drag racer. Most people don't get it, and I get that. And it's a natural selection process. That's the truth here. People walk around not knowing who they are, what they are, why they're doing whatever they're doing. They're drones, and they just move through time and space, uh, whatever, in some kind of a twisted reality that is being shoved down their throat via the mainstream propaganda. But the truth is always hidden in plain sight. And I'm going to talk more about that in just a moment. So with regard to this market, let's just cover that real quick. Stocks did fall under pressure. I wouldn't say anything extreme, but significant. Tech getting hit the hardest. The 10-year yield, this debt market sell-off, people, it's going on here pretty much unabated. I am a little bit surprised here, and maybe some of you are as well, that the Federal Reserve hasn't done more. I mean, you're not seeing any of the freaks getting floated out here. Generally, when you see this kind of a scenario, they float out whoever they get. Fed President Bullard, he's a big one. They float that thing out all the time. Janet Yellen to tell us how great everything is, and she doesn't see a thing wrong with the economy. Whatever they haven't done that. So I'm just waiting that or Oink Man, Nick the Pig, they haven't floated him out either. So we need to see where this is. Is this really it? I'm going to say it again. I'm going to tell you right here and right now. If this doesn't stop, if we continue to see the debt market sell off, this is over. It's over. Okay. Forget about the economy. It's done. People are getting destroyed, wiped out, can't make ends meet. And we'll talk more about that too with some of the economic news that we got today. And the illusion of the market is something I sincerely believe would be kept real, because of the presidential selection cycle. You have no say in this. You may think you do, but you don't. And the show goes on. Oink Man is presumed dead. Chet, that's awesome. Anyway, people, that's where we stand. So gold and silver today fell under pressure. And the dollar here is continuing to march higher on a comparative strength basis, people. I still get questions every day. It drives me nuts. But Greg, the dollar is strong. No, the dollar is not strong. It's the prettiest belle at the ball. Comparatively, the dollar, yes, looks beautiful and lovely and voluptuous. You know what I'm talking about? But it's an illusion as well. If you would to look at the dollar again as on a comparative basis, yes, something you and I have speaking about for freaking years. Okay, it looks lovely and beautiful and fantastic, but because of what central banks have been doing, their attack on their own currencies, the fact that we are now literally in this maximum saturation condition, which is unfolding here. And part of that is, and again, don't listen to Greg Mannarino on this. All right. Let's talk about, I know some of you out here are currency traders. Okay. I know a little bit about the currency market. Okay. I'm telling you that currencies are getting destroyed around the world. This is again by design, but it's also because of this maximum saturation moment that we are in. You would expect to see things like this occur. And it is. So the whole illusion of the strong dollar is just that. The dollar's purchasing power is disappearing. You want more proof of that? I'm gonna tell you right now. So this is part of the economic news that we got today. Home prices rose. Again, let me just set the groundwork here for you, okay? So I don't have a meltdown. So far, every single projection, every single one that has been put forth, by the Federal Reserve with regard to the economy, how this would play out, where prices are going to go, has been wrong. Everyone, not one time, not once has the Federal Reserve or any central bank for that matter, they've all been wrong. Do you find that somewhat unbelievable? I hope you're saying yes, because you see, it's impossible. Because you and I have known for a fact where things have been going. We've been calling it over and over again, dead on. Now, again, home prices here rising at 3 times the pace at which was forecast by, I don't know, the Federal Reserve and all these other freaks that they poll. Why aren't they polling people like you and I? Okay, because we know where this is going to go. So again, is it really the fact that why are prices rising the way that they are? Food inflation, energy inflation, housing, everything else. Why is this going on? Because things are becoming more valuable? Is that what's happening? No. How about no? What is happening here is the currency is being sucked dry of its purchasing power. You know that. And that plays right into the next part of economic news that we got today. So number one, home prices skyrocket 3 times higher than forecast. Meanwhile, so much for supply and demand. New home sales fell 8.7% month over freaking month. I would call that a crash. Okay. Now, consumer sentiment. Imagine my shock. Oh, wait, no, let me get this right. Shock face. Consumer sentiment craters to a 4-month low. Honestly, I'll tell you something else that's going on. Just as you and I have spoken about for I don't know how long now, bank withdrawals are getting higher. They're getting worse. Banks are in a lot of trouble. You know this. We're not allowed to know who these banks are. Oh, no. The FDIC, they know who the banks are. But again, this is privileged information. It's confidential. Imagine, does this at all seem normal to you? And I have a big question for you at the end. So stick around. And we're going to go over this real quick. Anyway, so that's what's happening here with the way things are. And again, I just want to say one more time, I am surprised. Maybe they can't, or maybe they really are letting this thing go right now. Because without intervention, we're going to watch the MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, free to everybody here and anybody on this planet who wants to look at it. Link in description of this video. We're going to watch this, 300, 305, 310. And then do you think, gauging from what you're seeing in this stock market since we crossed 250, because that has proven to be the first line in the sand, where's the second one? I guess we're going to find out. You and I have watched this unfold in real time. And again, not one person, not one of you here, Craigslist, Lava, thank you, Lava, for being here, Lord Humongous, Geo Rider, Alan Greenspan, all my friends here, Magic Mika, Goldstein, you're back. We missed you. I know I missed you. Anyway, nobody here that follows this blog is surprised at all, because we have been calling this, we've been so far ahead of the curve, and I'm proud to say that. Again, I am proud to say that. Let us move a little bit forward here, people. Now, you know what? I want to touch on something real quick here. Again, for all of you out here that subscribe to my free newsletter, this is in your inbox. If you have not yet subscribed to my newsletter, please do so. I don't share your information. I promise you, you will get all kinds of cool stuff in your inbox throughout the day. And this stuff like this here. I always tell you that the truth is hidden in plain sight. You just got to know where to look for it. That's the truth. I mean, they're not going to broadcast. What I'm going to tell you right now, you will never, ever hear from the mainstream media, the Fox Business, the Bloombergs, the CNBCs. They can't allow you to know this stuff. Thank you, Ali. I appreciate it very much. Anyway, people with the questions, please hold them till the end, because I'm not really even looking over here too much right now. At the end, we'll go over your questions, all right? But if you were to go right to the Bank of International Settlements website, all right, you can find information like this, okay? Let's talk about what the Bank of International Settlements says. The BIS is known as the central bank of central banks. Why is it known as the central bank of central banks? Because it's owned Okay, don't take my word for this. Please look it up for yourself. Everything I say, I don't want you to believe. Pretend it's just all fantasy, and you got to look it up for yourself. All right. So the BIS is owned by member central banks. It's central bank owned. All right. Now they have a vision. Can you read that? Can you read this? Here. The Bank of International Settlements presents a vision for the future monetary system. Now, again, this is in your inbox. Part of this is, okay, I'm just going to sketch this out for you. Using a digital version of currency as its foundation, central bank digital currencies. Anyone who's telling you that this ain't going to happen or is not going to happen is deluded and in la la land. Okay, so here we have the central bank of central banks. Again, it's hidden in plain sight. This is right on their website, just like it always is. All right, so this is something you actually should really look forward to. And this is me in this kind of bold handwriting. As we have discussed repeatedly, the current system is being taken down deliberately by these institutions only to usher in a completely digital system, a new set of rules, a new paradigm. You remember me saying that from, I don't know, 10 years ago up until now? Yeah, maybe, probably. And let me tell you something else, okay? You may think and hope and pray all you want. There is no way to stop this. They're going to bring us to our knees. They're going to bring the world to its knees, and they're going to make us beg, and beg for a new system. Look, you and I are the exception to the rule. You and I understand what's happening. We know who our enemy is. We know what they want, and they're working very successfully towards their goals. But most people walk through time and space, as I said, as zombies. They don't know what's going on. It's quite a thing here. It really is quite a thing here. Anyway, history speaks. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You guys and girls are absolutely fantastic. Anyway, I got something in my eye here. It's crazy. So with that said, this video is just about 12 minutes. I almost don't know what else to say here. Okay. Every single day, you and I cover what I think is critical to know. All right. There's all kinds of other stuff going on here too. But I can't, these videos, unfortunately, they have to be done in a finite period of time. I mean, I could sit here for an hour and go on and on and on and on and on about this stuff, right, Lord Humongous? Yeah, exactly, bro. I'm so happy you're here, man. Anyway, you know, let me ask you guys and girls a question. A couple of questions. Let's start off with this one. Do you believe the Federal Reserve is going to intervene? Are you a little surprised that they haven't done more? Do you think this is the moment where this is going to just roll out of control? We are moving into a very dangerous time here, okay, for this market. Risk in this market is clearly at an extreme level. I want you to understand. We are today at an extreme level. You and I, some of you have been with me for a really long period of time. We have watched the MMRI when it was like 70, okay? We're now over 300. Last time I looked at it was 300 point something, okay? We are locked in. I mean, is it possible that we could drop back down? Yes. We could drop back into the orange color, which is the, high risk period. Are you surprised that the Fed hasn't done anything? Are you surprised they haven't floated out any freaks as of late? Because that's generally what they do. They float out this one, that one, the other one to try to talk the market down. It doesn't seem to be happening just yet. We'll see where that goes. So do you believe they're going to intervene? Now, number two, this is what I want to know here. Do you, and I posted this as a poll earlier today. Now, we all understand what's going on with this whole government shutdown. What's going on behind it? We're out of money. We are out of money yet again. The richest nation in the world. Okay, we can't have a budget. They can't have we have to go from, crisis to crisis to crisis to crisis. We're unable to have a budget. They can't balance anything because the system demands that more debt be piled on. You see, you can't know that. The uniparty, no member of the uniparty is going to tell you that we're broke. We have no cash, and in order to function, we have to borrow much, much more in multiples. Can't tell you that. All right. So right now they're going to put on their little show here. Oh, we can't do this because these people won't let us in. These people won't let us do that. The fact of the matter is you're being played. All right. You're being played like a grand piano. And I think most of you know that this is just a show. It's all, you might as well, be watching a sitcom. But let me ask you with regard to that, do you think it's fair? And I want you to think about this. Just don't react. All right. Do you think it's fair that members of Congress will continue to be paid during the shutdown while millions of other federal workers get nothing? They don't get paid. Do you think that's fair? Do you feel honestly in your heart? And I want to know really, do you feel like you have a voice? Do you feel like you have some kind of say so in this government that we have, which has been taken over by central banks around the world? I'd be willing to bet that most of you feel like you have no representation at all. I feel like I have none. Absolute zero. Okay. I feel like, and I've told you this, we have to have each other's backs because this is becoming a free for all. This is every man and every woman and for themselves, honestly. But again, this is a family and we got to take care of each other. But I frankly don't feel at all like I have a voice, like I have representation at all. And and in my opinion, going back to the question I'm asking all of you, I think honestly that if these freaks maybe received half their pay, I don't think they should get paid at all. If the government shuts down, I don't think they should get paid like the other millions and millions of federal employees. Okay. I think they should, first of all, these people are millionaires, most of them. You have to understand that, okay? They can live without a paycheck for a little while, where most people, 69% living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. Let's see how they like that. You see, but if we were to take away their pay during a shutdown, we wouldn't even get a shutdown. You do realize that, right? No. Because they're all greedy freaks and they have their own interest in mind. You understand? Not you, not me, not nobody. I think we're pretty much on the same page with this. At least I'd like to think so. Thank you. We have nearly 800 thumbs up. That's my number. We hit 800. It gets me all tingly all over. You know what I mean? Anyway, people, look, I know that the stuff that we cover here doesn't surprise anybody. Okay, because we're all ready. We're all prepared for this. We've been talking about this for years. We're seeing so many little facets come together. Wow, we almost hit 900. All the stuff that we've been talking about for I don't know how long. It's happening right here and right now. Now, the other thing, just real quick before this video gets too freaking long here, I've said, and maybe I'm going to be wrong here, but I've said that the illusion of the market would most likely be kept real, because if people look at the stock market and it's been falling quite a lot since MMRI 250. Okay. Michael Burry, shout out to you, dude. You nailed it to the wall. We got hedge funds here, according to the BIS, now a threat to the system because it's their fault. Hedge funds are betting against the debt market. Leverage bets more and larger. They're betting on a meltdown. Okay. Now, the BIS, the Bank of International Settlements, owned by central banks, are looking for scapegoats. Of course, it's going to be the war. It's the hedge fund managers that are betting against the debt market. Wow, we just hit 1,000 people. Thank you so much. I can't believe this. Anyway, so again, it's all being set up. It's not the fault of the central banks just does it bother you at all? Let me ask you another question, okay? Does it bother you at all, even just slightly, okay, that so far every single projection or prediction by our central bankers, all of them, including Janet Yellen, Stein, have been wrong? They haven't been right once. Do you think this is coincidence? Or do you think this is an effort to lie? Personally, I think they know what's going on, just like you and I do. And I think they're going to lie and lie and lie. Why? Why would they do that? Because they can get away with it. Zero accountability. Going back to why I feel, and I'm sure most of you do as well, we have no representation at all. Nothing. Okay, we're flying through time and space here, watching this thing around us literally implode. Anyway, people, that's kind of where we stand. And I'm gonna take some of your questions now. I am so sorry. It's getting kind of long. Almost 1,100 thumbs up. I can't thank all of you enough for that, honestly. Anyway, people, so let's let's talk here. Just real quick before we talk, this thing with the BIS, okay, and their vision for the monetary future. Share this stuff. Again, it's in your inbox. I think people need to understand because they have a vision for the future. This is what it is. I've outlined a few things right here, and this is where we're going. We're not going to have a revolution period, people. I'm going to tell you right now. We're not going to get a revolt. I'm going to tell you right now because why? What have they done so successfully, these organizations? They've created dependency on the system. They've created slaves to the system. I mean, by design. So this is why these kind of people will not fight it. They are dependent on the system. You and me, we're not. We see what's going on here. And it's hidden in plain sight, quite obviously. You understand? But anyway, I want you to share this stuff. Please get it out there. Anyway, you want to go over a few questions here real quick, people, before I get going? It's getting kind of long, this video. I do apologize for that. JEPI. All right, let's talk about JEPI. I still own JEPI. Okay, I am looking for opportunity to buy more. That's a fact at a lower price. JEPI, as I have said a million times, pays a nice dividend and it pays you monthly. This is a nice way to generate cash flow. If you can't, you got to get the system to work for you. Okay, it's rigged against you to the highest possible order, but we could take advantage of it. I mean, for example, that's one. Betting against the debt, becoming our own central banks. Let them play their games with gold and silver. Let them suppress the price from here to kingdom come. Again, risk on, meaning cash making its way into the stock market. It looks like it's flipping around. Eventually, cash is going to make its way bleeding out of the debt market, bleeding. Again, what are we seeing here? Why are we seeing bond yields rise? Okay, we're seeing bond yields rise because debt is selling off, and it continues to sell off. The higher the 10-year yield goes, the higher the whole freaking yield curve is going. That's debt selling off. And this is not just here in the United States. This is a phenomenon that's going on around the world. You understand? That's what we're doing. GEPI naked options. Dude, you can play that game if you want to. I am not playing that game. I own the ETF. I own the fund. You know what I'm trying to say? So anyway, that's kind of where we stand with all that. And yes, I do own this, and I want to add to that position moving forward. Sell real estate. People, look, what are they doing to you here? Rents are skyrocketing. Okay, people can't even afford to pay their rents here. And with regard to the real estate market, it's a hyper bubble, absolutely. But I would rather own. I would rather own than pay some exorbitant fee to say you want to go live in a cardboard box somewhere. Maybe that would be a good choice too. But I'm kidding. But real estate, if you want to own real estate, I'd rather own it than rent. I don't know another way to put it. I'm buying a new house out here, just bought one. Am I paying probably way, way more than I should be? Yeah, I probably am. But again, I would rather own than rent something. The only difference between people, between the rich and the poor, is, again, rich people generally don't have a lot of cash laying around. It's a fact. They got their cash in assets. They own things. They don't want to hold a dying asset. I don't want to hold a dying asset. You understand? I think this pretty much outlines how long is the criminal system going to continue. I think it's coming apart right now. The argument could be made it's coming apart, but for their favor, the criminal system is going to remain this way. All right. They're just rearranging the deck chairs here, and they're aligning this in such a way it's going to benefit them, of course. Again, this is clearly a neo-feudal system. It's a neo-feudal system that's being created. I've been telling you this for 10 freaking years. This neo-feudal system is crushing and wiping out an entire class of people around the world, the middle class, as you and I have spoken about since time immemorial. You understand? Okay, unfortunately, there's no way to stop this. It can't be stopped because there's not enough of us to do a damn thing about it. You understand? People are slaves to the system. They put themselves there. They want to be taken care of from cradle to grave. That's what they're looking forward to. That's it. So that is where we're at. Cash is king during Depression. Absolutely false. Okay, if you want to compare where we're going now to where we were during the Great Depression, cash was backed by gold and silver. It was real. Okay, today it's backed by nothing. And we are going into a hyperinflationary depression, in case you haven't noticed. The cash, first of all, the cash ain't going to be worth nothing because it's going away. Okay. The cash that you think you even have, that you own, ain't yours anyway. You owe it back to the issuing central bank plus interest they create out of nothing. So anyone that's telling you that cash is king at any time doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't even own the cash that they work for every day. Again, you work for the right to borrow that cash. There's no difference between what we do. You go to work every day, you get your paycheck, you work for the right to borrow that from the Federal Reserve, in this case, or any central bank. Thank you, George. I appreciate that. You understand? You don't own it, okay? It's an illusion. There's no ownership there. Those bills that you think are in your bank account, we have a zero reserve now, okay? Banks have a zero reserve system. It's not there, not a single dollar. Thank you, KDM. Wow, I appreciate that. What are central bank public goods? Central bank public goods? That's a great question, because I things that are publicly owned, I would say, but we don't own anything. What they're taking it all away from us. They want you to think you own everything. You own nothing. Okay. It's really the truth here, especially when it comes down to the currency. You don't own it. You don't own it. You work for the right to borrow it. That's all. That's all you do. Anyway, man, so it's just a crazy situation here, people. But we got this down. All right. Look, this video was 26 minutes long. I can't thank all of you enough. I think there's a record. 1,322 thumbs up. I'm speechless. Just thank you for your support. Thank you for those thumbs up. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for joining me here, Goulstein. I'm so happy to see you back here. Yes, Lava, new record, right? I thought about you at the moment. I saw that. People, this guy, and I mean this with all I got, I love you all from the heart. We're a big family. It's a worldwide family. And we're getting it out there. Okay, we're making a difference. Just understand that. Okay, this thing of ours, this blog, this Cosa Nostra, this thing of ours, it's getting bigger. All right, it's all because of you. People are paying attention. They really are. They're starting to wake up. If we can get through to even one person per day, and then maybe two the next day, and maybe three the day after that, and this can grow, and we're making a positive difference in the world. I believe this with all I have. I honestly do, because I hear from you every day, all of you people. If I don't write back to you, believe me, I see my email box, which is like it lights up like a Christmas tree every day. But we got this, people. We got this down. Okay, and that's it. We got each other's backs. It's so important. All right. Love all of you again. I will see you in the morning. Yes, I will. We'll put this all together as usual, and it's going to be just fantastic. So with that said, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see all of you in the morning. Okay, that's it.